After I left Sheriff Lee in Jefferson Parish, later, in that same time period, went down to St. Bernard Parish. One of our parishes got hit first and hardest by Katrina, even before the storm had made its way into New Orleans. Went down there and saw the sheriff down there, Sheriff Stevens. You know, and I talk a lot about the sheriffs. In many cases, they were the last ones to leave their post and the first ones to come back. Sometimes never leave their post until everybody was safe, until everybody had been rescued, everybody had been accounted for. Went down there and they set up what they call Camp Katrina, out of a morbid sense of humor. They were literally pulling people out of the water. Literally still pulling people with boats and going out there and rescuing people. I get down there and you can tell the sheriff was amazed. They almost felt forgotten down there. Got down there and said, "Jack, what do you need?" And I'm sure he thought he'd never see us again. So he gave us this list. He said, "Well, we need everything. But what we really need," he gave us a list. It was food and water. He said, "We need vehicles. Our vehicles have been washed out. They've been flooded out. We still need trucks to go into high water to go rescue people." He said, "We need ammunition." I don't know about you. You never want to hear a sheriff tell you, "Hey, we got an idea, though. We called up. There happened to be a vice president of Ford Motor Company that we used. He was from Louisiana. Called him up and said, "Hey, look, the sheriff needs these things. They're desperate. They're rescuing people out of the water. We don't want to wait for the bureaucracy." Literally within hours, this vice president called us back and said he located a bunch of trucks. They provide the keys. He said, "If you can find drivers, you can have the trucks." It was as simple as that. There's no paperwork, no bureaucracy. He said, "We'll figure it out afterwards. We know you need the trucks now. Go get them." You know what I love about America? We're a competitive country. We had this great idea. We called up the other motor companies. The Ford Motor Company just made this generous donation. We know the reporter's going to call. What do you want us to tell them you did? And sure enough, they donated vehicles. We literally had students and church volunteers go deliver those trucks, those original batch of trucks. You should have seen the eyes of the deputies and the sheriff. He told me later, he said, "Bobby, I never thought y'all were coming back." He said, "We just told you we needed these things." But it amazed him. Indeed, months later, he said they were still waiting for their vehicles from the federal government and from the bureaucracy. They got from the private sector vehicles much more quickly. The faith community was critical to our recovery. Government needs to empower it to do its good work.